I refused to turn back. So we got stuck in the mountains. So there I was, a 33-year-old woman working for the USDA Forest Service in the Rocky Mountains, dealing with mostly misogynistic, middle-aged men. My job involved designing logging roads and supervising surveying crews. One day during fire season, instead of dropping off lunches by helicopter, they decided to send a truck up an old dirt track road on the mountain. I was chosen for this task, much to my surprise, since it wasn't exactly what I signed up for when I joined the service 9 years ago. To make matters worse, a higher-up from the regional office insisted on coming along with me. He sat in the passenger seat while I drove our old pickup truck up the mountain. The road started getting narrower and rockier as we ascended. I told my passenger that turning around would be impossible if we didn't find somewhere suitable soon, but he just nodded and said, "Keep going." A mile or so further, the road was barely wide enough for a vehicle, let alone a full-size pickup truck. With boulders too big to go over, there was nowhere to turn around safely. "Can I turn back now?" I asked nervously, knowing how narrow it would be once we were stuck. "No," he replied sternly. "You have to make this work." He insisted that I drive forward on a dirt track so steep and narrow, with a drop-off on one side and the mountain on the other. I tried to argue, but knew my position was weak. I started carefully maneuvering the truck in place, inching it around with slow turns. The mountain on one side made me incredibly nervous about getting stuck or tipping over. Halfway through turning around, he told me to move forward a little more. "Just a bit," he said confidently. Internally groaning, I slowly inched forward again. The truck started tilting ever so slightly toward the drop-off. When I tried to put it into reverse, we couldn't even budge due to lack of weight in the empty bed. I just stared at him. He finally looked sheepish and said nothing as I grabbed the radio to call for help. We ended up waiting an hour while another truck came to pull us out. Meanwhile, a helicopter delivered late lunches to our line crews way up the mountain. Later that day, the fire superintendent asked what happened. I told him everything, how my passenger insisted on this maneuver and how we got stuck because of it. The superintendent nodded thoughtfully. "Next time," he said, "trust your instincts." From then on, the desk jockey never visited another fire again. Guess that's one way to prove you should always listen to the lady driving, huh?